You need or you want to upgrade to a more premium airbrush, but you do not want to spend more than $300. Today's airbrush from Gaaleri might be the perfect airbrush for you. Today, we will unbox and do a quick test of the new Tailor Made Aventus airbrush by Gaaleri. This Aventus airbrush was sent to me by Gaaleri at no cost. But Gaaleri does not dictate what I say or show in this video. Join me as we explore this new Aventus airbrush. Also, watch until the end of the video as I will share with you the most important factor when upgrading to more expensive premium airbrushes. Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my channel. This channel is supported by all these awesome brands. Also, special thanks to The Army Painter for making this video possible. By the way, don't forget my discount codes and affiliate links down below. It won't cost you extra and it will help the channel. Also, you'll get some big discounts. I just read the email from Gaaleri regarding Aventus while I was editing this video. Most people are happy with their Aventus airbrushes. But apparently, a few are unhappy with the quality control consistency of the craftsmanship or performance. So, for customers who encountered issues with their Aventus airbrush, Gaaleri will offer an unconditional replacement with a brand new Aventus. Or the customers may choose a full refund or a gift card of equal value. Knowing how Gaaleri does business, the aforementioned solutions should be good for all the customers. As mentioned in the intro, Gaaleri sent me this Aventus airbrush at no cost. They also asked me for the components that I want, the engraving, and the custom colorway. So I have been waiting for this Aventus for a few weeks now. And I have delayed some painting projects and commissions as I wait for this airbrush. I must say, this Aventus airbrush is beautiful and the wait is well worth it. The airbrush came in a thick aluminum case. The case is impressive. But since you open it via a couple of screws, you don't want to store your airbrush inside if you plan to use it often, as I do. Typically, with premium airbrushes, you get some basic instructions on how to maintain stuff inside the case. My Aventus came with a 0.2 needle, as I requested, but I was surprised to get an extra 0.4 needle, nozzle, and extra cap. I did not bother testing the 0.4 though. Since I plan to use this for more detailed miniature painting work, my Aventus also came with a couple of paint cups. I installed the smaller cup since, again, this will be used for detailing and highlight glazes. The extra 0.4 nozzle, extra cap, and the needle came with plastic containers. I like that these extra components all fit inside the same aluminum case. I expected this Aventus airbrush and its components to have a higher quality in terms of the build and the finish in comparison to my Mobius and Swallowtail Gaaleri airbrushes. And as expected, this Aventus airbrush is very well designed and seems to have good trigger control. If you buy this Aventus though, you might want to adjust the sensitivity of the trigger. The trigger sensitivity is set to normal by default. Me and my daughter Nico adjusted our Aventus to make the trigger more sensitive. Do stay tuned for my daughter Nico's Aventus unboxing, testing, and review. She has her own midnight blue Aventus with a Nico engraving, and she does better YouTube videos and reviews than me. The biggest surprise for me is the beautiful glass moisture trap. I stopped using the usual plastic ones since I find them ugly. Also, our compressor has a very long 5-meter hose that has a huge moisture or water trap. So, we don't need to use smaller moisture traps, but this one that came with the Aventus is too nice not to use. Another pleasant surprise is the quick release fitting that came with my Aventus. I love the quick release so much since I use my 0.7 Swallowtail for priming and varnishing and a different main airbrush. Anyway, that is the unboxing of this Tailor Made Aventus airbrush by Gaaleri. Now, let's do a quick test. If you are finding value in this video, do give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. we will test this Aventus on this 3D printed figure by Clay Cyanide. You may get this Clay Cyanide Mirel figure on Kickstarter soon. I'll put the link to the pre-launch Kickstarter page in the description below. When testing or using a new airbrush, I highly recommend you use airbrush-ready paints like Warpaint's Air. Using airbrush-ready paints from any paint brand will make the thinning process easier, and thus, you can focus more on the settings and performance of the airbrush. It is very important to note that I bought my Warpaint's Air myself. It was totally not sponsored by the Army Painter. I am using a 0.2 needle, thus, I need to thin the Warpaint's Air further. The compressor was set to 25 psi since my other two Gaaleri airbrushes work well at this pressure or higher. I thinned Warpaint's Air around 3 parts paint and 1 part thinner. You will need to thin the paint more when using the airbrush at lower pressures. We will explore thinning and air pressure ratios in a separate video. If you are still trying to get comfortable with airbrushing, I recommend you keep the air compressor air pressure at a constant pressure. If the air pressure is constant, you can focus on and learn the adjustments and settings of the airbrush better. Oh, if you want more airbrushing tutorials after watching this video, I recommend you check my daughter Nico's tutorials on her YouTube channel. After a while of airbrushing with this Aventus airbrush at 25 psi, I lowered the air compressor pressure to 15. Older Gaaleri airbrushes struggle at lower pressures. Airbrushing at lower pressures with very thinned down acrylic paints for detailing and more precision is not easy. It takes a bit of practice, and knowing your paints, you need to thin your paints up to 10 parts thinner and 1 part paint at 10 to 15 psi. And you need good trigger control. How did the Aventus perform at lower pressure, you may ask? Well, the Aventus performed very well, as good as our old premium airbrushes. I was honestly surprised by the jump in the performance of this airbrush in comparison to my older Gaaleri airbrushes. Now, before my final thoughts, a huge thanks to all my patrons at Patreon. I must admit, I am impressed. I expected this new Aventus airbrush to be good, but I never thought I would compare it with our older premium airbrushes. I think you can get your hands on this Aventus airbrush for as low as $175, even lower if you use discount codes and such. At $175, even though I have yet to use this extensively, I can recommend this Aventus to anyone looking to upgrade to a more premium airbrush. If you are looking to upgrade to a premium airbrush, you want more precision for detail painting and shading. And if your budget is $200 to $400, I would highly recommend you get this new Aventus airbrush. The Tailor Made Aventus with the engraving is around $220, and at that price range, this is still well worth it. Gaaleri airbrushes are criminally underpriced. You need to add around $50 to $100 to the price of Gaaleri airbrushes, and that is their actual value and performance. The older Gaaleri Mobius 0.2 at $70 is easily a $120 in terms of craftsmanship and performance. My Gaaleri Swallowtail trigger type airbrush is around $110, and I would buy it for $200. Now, this new Aventus is as low as $175, and I would buy it for as much as $300. As I said in an older video, Gaaleri airbrushes are stupid value for money. Now, I won't tell you that this Aventus is as good as the Ferrari of airbrushes, the IWATA Custom Micron that we unboxed and tested a week ago. But that airbrush is $600. If you have the budget for that, of course, the Custom Micron is still the best in the premium detail airbrush market right now. Okay, let's wrap this video. As mentioned in the intro, I'll tell you the most important factor or factors when spending money on more expensive premium airbrushes. In my opinion, the most important factor is the ease of cleaning and maintaining the airbrush. Is the airbrush easy to clean, disassemble, and assemble? And are the replacement parts easy to acquire? Of course, there are numerous other factors to consider, but cleaning and maintenance are very important. Lastly, if you are in the Philippines, you might want to check Gaaleri PH on Facebook or at their website, gaaleriph.com. That's it, Pansit. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Until next video, guys. Bye! If you like this video, you might want to check out these other videos.